The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, a lot to celebrate last night with your Chicago Bulls beating one of the best teams in the NBA, the 76ers. But again, we know they'll probably lose to some of the worst teams in the NBA. It's just what they do. Well, let's be happy with this right now. They beat the Sixers 108-104. Kobe White, who now has a franchise record with at least 3-pointers in 14 games. That streak ended last night, but he had 24 points, 9 assists, 8 boards. Vooch actually played good defense. He actually played defense.
Hey.
Let's say that. Against Joel Embiid, last year's MVP and scoring champ. Embiid still dropped 40 while somehow miraculously swimming on the floor of the court. He never seems to stand up more than he's laying on the floor during the game.
For a 7-footer, he's on the ground a lot.
What a weird guy.
Can you go back? What's the Kobe White stat? Can you say that just so I understand it?
At least 3-pointers in 14 games straight.
At least one 3-pointer or 3 3-pointers?
3 3-pointers.
Okay.
In 14 games straight.
That's good.
That's very good.
Okay.
And you think I'm wrong on that, don't you?
No. I was confused on what you said. I just want to make sure I understood the stat.
At least 3 trays in 14 games straight.
Heard.
We'll separate it. There we go. And he didn't have that last night. But either way, doing incredible. Kobe White's on a great arc of getting noticed here in the NBA for, what's he here, like 4 years now? 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, most people don't take the leap that he's making in his 4th or 5th year in the league. You kind of know by year 2 or 3 what you are as a player.
Yeah.
And, Zach LaVine got hurt, and Kobe White said, I got next.
Yeah, interesting. The memes going up on Twitter of all the stuff saying how much better the team is without Zach LaVine playing. The Bulls are now 6-3 with a 31-point differential since Zach LaVine exited the lineup. They've now beat the number 2, 3, and 5 team in the East during that time.
It's actually hurting the Bulls in the long term because they obviously want to trade Zach LaVine this year. The more they win, the worse it makes him look. He's killing his own trade value by not playing and having the team win all of a sudden.
Kenzie's making $200 million.
Sit on the bench, right?
He's hurt, so yeah, he's not playing.
Oh, it's my dream.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get where he's coming from.
Yeah, it's called Lonzo Ballitis.
Lonzo Ballitis.
Where you just pretend an injury for years and make millions of dollars. It's
I think
great.
it happens a lot in the United Center, which is interesting. Maybe it's like a ghost walking around just taking out people's knees.
Yeah.
It's like a bitter ghost.
Last night, Monday Night Football, Seahawks beat the Eagles 20-17. Eagles on a bad stretch now for a team that was in the Super Bowl last year and kind of looked like they were going to go again. Drew Lock came in for Geno Smith. Didn't even know he was going to play. This is a guy like he was on the couch. But interesting, somebody went a deep dive on his Twitter from years ago. I love it when people do this.
Oh, no, they found old tweets?
Yeah, it's not problematic.
Okay.
This is Drew Lock from 2011. And he tweeted out this. I'm not sure how old he was. I think he's 25 now. So would he have been 15 or 16 years old when he tweeted this? He said, why is it that when you're like, screw it, I don't really care what I look like right now, a hot girl walks by? He tweeted that out. how you know how old he was?
So he's 27 now. He's born in 1996.
So
he was 15.
He was 15 years old when he tweeted that.
Everybody, I'm a firm believer in just going through your social media once every 2 years maybe, and just go ahead and rifle through that thing and maybe delete stuff because you don't want something from 10 years ago, even as an adult. If you're 50, what you posted at 40, you don't want out there. Like you're a new person for sure.
When I get my Facebook memories, each day, I'll delete one now and then every couple days.
Let's not remember, shall we?
Let's not relive that moment.
Well, I found out this was a long time ago, and it's now hence deleted. But I couldn't figure out, there was a few times in my media career, like when I lived in Florida and stuff like that every once in a while a listener would have my number or somebody strange would have my number. Okay?
Yeah.
And like a total random person. And I'm like, that's odd. They don't know anyone I know. And like, I would never answer if they're like, is this the person I found on the radio? I'm like, I'm not responding. But how the hell did this happen? I found out my first Facebook post was my phone number because I was in high school, and that's what everybody, you were only friends with people in high school, so you're like, everyone used to do that, like, got a new number, text me. Remember when people used to do that as a Facebook status?
Yeah.
So I'm like, got my first phone, here's my number.
Hit me up.
I'm like, wow, I mean, yes, they had to dive deep to find it, but that is on me. So I was like, should have deleted that a while ago. That's a bummer.
So it's deleted now, though, that one?
It is deleted.
That's a shame.
I don't think there's a post earlier even like my Twitter, I don't think there's a post earlier than when I was like 21. we clean it out. That's what we do.
Brian, do you still want to resurrect your MySpace page?
Oh, well, it still exists, Sludge Nation on MySpace, but I can't get the
How many people were in that nation?
Oh, it was a big nation.
Was it?
It was a nation of millions.
I'm sure.
It takes $1 million to hold us back.
Did Lightning Rod Lewis have MySpace?
No, he didn't have his own MySpace page. Lightning Rod did. It was pre-MySpace. Lightning Rod was. It was like Friendster.
And for those that don't know, who's Lightning Rod?
That was me. One of my many air names, radio names. Because back in the day, you changed your name when you got fired, so I kept changing it.
And boy, did he have a lot of names.
Oh, yes.
Oh boy.
You know, when you push the envelope, there's it goes. Let's see. Cubs convention. We announced when that is going to be. Kenzie will not be attending because she'll be at a birthing class January 12th to the 14th.
So here's the deal. These dates just dropped.
Yeah,
right?
they just dropped these dates.
So the birthing classes, they're like, it's like labor and delivery, postpartum, newborn care. They're very important. So it's 2 days, 4 hours each day.
Right.
Okay. So it's going to be Friday, Saturday. I tried to do this at the beginning of December, and my husband had a flag football game he wanted to play in.
Very
and
competitive.
I got a whole speech about how he committed to a team, and and he's telling his pregnant wife this, mind you, that he's committed to, he can't make it to birthing classes. I'm like, do you think you're like committed to being like a husband and father maybe? Like I think the flag football team is going to make it. And I said, that's fine. There's one more before my due date, and it's in January. He's like, oh, I'm in. And now it's Cubs convention weekend. He should have just ate it and not gone to the football game. But look at him.
I picture your husband doing the speech of Al Pacino on Any Given Sunday about the flag football. What will you do for that inch? The man next to you will do for that inch. Kenzie's going, what? It's a birthing class.
Well, and I got mad at him because every year someone gets injured in this little, they call it the turkey bowl. And it's like, oh my God. And they can't even do it near Thanksgiving because no one's available.
I was going to say, turkey bowls are typically Thanksgiving morning.
Like a week into December, whatever. Do your thing. I don't care. But every year, more than one person gets injured because it's all these adult men and they're just the testosterone of like, look, I'm the baddest in the neighborhood. Who cares? I don't know what we're doing, but they're doing it. And I said, I am not going to be nice to you if you get hurt because I'm going to be pissed if I am super, super pregnant and I'm taking care of you because you can't lift anything and you can't help me with the baby because you're still recovering your arm over flag football turkey bowl. I'm going to be angry. So if I were you, I wouldn't go out there and give 100%. I would bring it back a little bit.
Winning isn't the only thing. It's everything.
Good job. You seemed very confident in that quote.
The Cubs convention, Kenzie will be doing that January 12th to the 14th. Sox Fest, I couldn't find any information about Sox Fest. Now, I have a real diehard White Sox fan named John who DM'd me when I talked about this earlier in the show. He says, Sox Fest hasn't happened in the past 3 years. This coming January will be the 4th year. It used to be Downtown Hotel, and the last one was at McCormick Place downtown.
Okay, but I remember when it was at the Hilton.
Yes. So they used COVID as an excuse.
Okay.
Then the strike, if you remember. And then last year they just, quote, we're not doing it, the Sox Fest. And he said this year they didn't even announce the cancellation for Sox Fest. They're just not doing it anymore. Rumor is the team doesn't want to deal with so many pissed off fans. And he said probably won't happen again until Reinsdorf sells or dies. That's
fair.
That's what he said. That's his words, not mine.
I don't want White Sox Fan Fest turning into the 1968 Democratic Convention where there's just a war zone on Michigan Avenue.
The police are out there with rubber bullets trying to calm everybody down.
Sign Louis Robert to an extension.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 with some of the most, probably, I guess, shocking audio of the day. You won't hear it anywhere else. But Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, was interviewed about 2023. Obviously a pivotal year, or in Chicago as well, with things that all went on throughout the entire year. But he was talked about New York City, and he was asked to give a word to describe 2023 in his eyes and about his whole experience as mayor of New York. And it's not the answer he gives on the word. It's what comes afterward that is ridiculous.
Mr. Mayor, we've come to the end of what was a very eventful 2023, right? So when you look at the totality of the year, if you had to describe it, and it's tough to do, in one word, what would that word be, and tell me why?
New York. This is a place where every day you wake up, you could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a person who's celebrating a new business that's open. This is a very, very complicated city, and that's why it's the greatest city on the globe.
Okay.
Asked about 2023. First off, he says, describe it. New York.
First off, he used 2 words.
Yep. And it also
Use one word. New York. Okay.
It'd be like, tell me what Christmas means to you. Italian beef. Like, it doesn't make any sense what that answer was. But afterward, again, one more time, what he said.
This is a place where every day you wake up, you could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a person who's celebrating a new business that's open. This is a very, very complicated city.
Yeah.
The thing is that you're describing New York. And there are so many things in New York City. Restaurants, Broadway, like how many sports teams are in New York? There's so many things.
He could say
and
positively.
You're like, that's all I got. It's like, why? What?
Chicago. It's a city that burned to the ground one time. You know, everything. Or you can also take a boat cruise. It's a wonderful place. Come visit.
You can experience anything.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And Lauren's coming in, take you through the rest of this day. And I just want to get a message out there for everybody that's, it's Tuesday afternoon. Christmas is, 6 days away. Take it easy today. Okay, everybody calm down. Yesterday, leaving the show, trying to go, I went to Michael's. That was a mistake. And I want to buy something there. But it was, people are not giving an F in the parking lots.
Moshing at Michael's?
Yeah, they were. And then at Costco,
where's the barricade?
At Costco in the self-checkout, I saw an old man almost fight somebody in the line because he thought he got ripped off and where he was in the line of the self-checkout.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it. I hate when people cut in front of me. Do you know how many people cut in front of you when you're pregnant? Which I find shocking. I was in line at, the market, like a small, grocery store, right? A little bodega action. And they had multiple checkout lanes, and the cashier was like, I can take you here. And she's talking to me. I was waiting in line. I was the next person. I start walking. The girl in a different line runs in front of me and sees me walking. The person was talking to me. I was next. Completely cuts in front of me. And I still went to the line. I just sat there and stared at her. And she didn't look up the whole time. She was just looking down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not a good person.
No, you're not.
You're not.
You shouldn't have been walking so slow, though.
Oh, I wasn't hustling. I was just walking. I had no idea.
Somebody
I was racing
over.
the hair from the books. No one told me.
Good job, Case, making it Kenzie's fault.
If they say step on it, you better hustle.
Yeah.
What she pointed at me and said, I can help you, is what she said.
Well,
yeah, everybody.
Not who's next.
Listen, everybody's busy. Just relax today, please, because I got to go do a little more shopping. Let's just calm down, everybody.
Well, I find myself wishing bad things on people, and then that makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hope you get in your car and it doesn't start. And I'm like, that's not the Christmas spirit.
No, that's not.
I have thought awful things when someone cuts me off. I'm like, oh, what if your tire just exploded right now? I'm like, that's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. I'm
That's
trying to get away
Grinch-esque.
Well, but they're mean first. I'm in such a good mood, and they just piss on my holiday cheer.
With a car bomb is what you're saying. When they turn the ignition and it blows up. Yeah, everybody calm down, relax. You're going to get what you want. Just go slow today. It'd be great. Takeaways, 312-591-8300. Case, what do you got?
Smitty from New Linux checked in.
That's fun.
I know. He said, send the wife to the bedroom to stick the butter in the fridge.
Period.
Amen. On God.
Oh, Kenzie, takeaway.
Double features Mike, takeaway. Terry Dingus, Tim Camp Cut, and Dustin Hoffman were all meth kingpins. Thank you for listening.
Kenzie Crimes, check out the podcast, The 8 o'clock hour. You can revisit that.
It's a big one, if you're wondering.
And then 630, finally, takeaway. Kenzie made one of her high school teachers poop his pants a little.
That's what happens when you hit on a high schooler.
She has that effect on people.
You miss a moment, miss a lot. Yes, the podcast, Q101.com, anywhere you get your podcast. And we ask you to share the podcast with somebody today. early in the day. Maybe they're going to do a bunch of shopping and they get stressed out. No, you can listen to the podcast anytime you want, on demand, Q101.com, and enjoy your Christmas shopping.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.